Brewing AI-powered integrated market research platform provider Entropik is on a mission to create a leading emotion AI platform catering to brands across the world. In a bid to cater to global brands and fuel its expansion, the company raised $25 million in a Series B funding round led by Bessemer Venture Partners and Venture Capital. The company plans to utilize these funds to strengthen their team and develop new products. Joining us now on the show to talk about the company's offerings and growth plans is Ranjan Kumar, the founder and CEO of Entropik. Ranjan, thank you so much for joining us on Startup Street. First up, talk to us about what it is that you have on offer. How are you creating value for your consumers?
Sure. Thanks a lot for having me here. So primarily, we are an emotion AI platform that helps brands understand consumer behavior in its most fundamental way, where we have been built out technologies of facial coding, eye tracking, and voice AI. What it does is using webcam, we track the face expression, understand where exactly user is looking on the screen, and kind of analyze the voice to get a real feedback of what a consumer is liking and disliking. And this subconscious behavioral preference is what we offer to brand, and that's disruptively different than the way consumer research is ever pursued, which is using surveys and focus group discussions. So that's what we are adding to the table for brands here.
Absolutely. So, like you said, you have a patented emotion AI technology. Just to help us understand that better, give us some use cases if you could quickly tell us and simplify it for us.
Sure. So let's say you're a brand and you want to launch a particular ad and you have a huge spend coming up in IPL where you are looking to launch it. You better want to have an ad that resonates with your audience at a subconscious and emotional level, because that's what connects users. So you want to test it out beforehand, and that's what brands use our products for. So they test out this advertisement over consented panel users, and they get to have insight like 5th second to 12th second is where user attention, engagement, and emotion is high, low.
Right.
Or eye tracking tells you where people are looking at product, or are they looking at content, are they looking at something else. So these are a lot more pinpointed actionables that brand can leverage to make their ads go better and get disproportionate return out of the investment on marketing spends.
Right. And you've raised $25 million in equity and debt. So how do you plan to use the funds? What's on top of the agenda?
Sure. So there are 3 tracks on which we plan our next 15 months. Right. The first one is we are having our early days success in US and Europe today. 70% of our revenue comes from those markets, but we're going to consolidate and double down on these mature markets. So that's one part of the business side growth. The second one is on the product side, while we have Effect Lab, Effect UX, which is all catering to product experience, marketing experience. So we are bringing all that together under one umbrella called as Decode. That's an integrated AI-powered consumer research platform.
Right.
It's first of its kind. And the third one, which is around tech and IP, we are world's largest emotion and behavioral data repository. So we're working towards actually, can you give me an ad and can I tell you that if you improve your emotional engagement by X, then this is the kind of viewership lift you will get. So that's becoming predictive about performance of an ad by improving the emotional quotient of that. So those are the 3 tracks on which across business, product, and tech we are working on.
All right. So the emotional quotient of the ad is what you look at. Talk to us about your revenue model. How do you make money? You've grown 7 times in the last 2 years. So what's the target for this year? What's your road to profitability looking like at this point?
Sure. So we are a very IP-led product organization, and what it allows us is we are operating at 85% gross margin. So operationally, we are profitable all points in time in our last 7 years of existence. I think for us, the growth has been very much led by large brand acquisition, very enterprises approach of working with customers. And next 15 months, we are looking at a 3x growth in terms of our overall top line. And then while we invest and commit in newer markets, it takes about 18 months kind of time to overall get profitable. But operationally, we are profitable at all points in time.
All right, so you're operationally profitable. Now, like you also told us, you're doubling down on the US and Europe markets. Are you looking at other markets? What's the expansion plan? And how big is the India market for you at this point?
Sure. So India market is a huge market. Essentially, it's about 12% of overall $80 billion market. So that's about $7 billion market out there in India, which is around consumer research and the spends that brands make around understanding consumer. And we are looking at a pie of it, which is right now catered by larger agencies. And there are 2 components of this. One is large brands doing higher spend, but there's a digital first brands which is very aggressive in terms of its velocity of decision making and really trying to innovate and understand consumer a lot better
Right.
to become more optimal and more optimized in terms of their ROI on the spend. So I think those are the levers on which we are looking to drive our story in India.
Okay, great. All right, Ranjan. Well, we're completely out of time, but thank you so much for joining us on the show, and we wish you all the best going forward.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
All right, moving on. Early